Teammates to start peeking in. They hear the footsteps down around that corner. First flash involved. Dia's not going to peek from it. He's at the scaffolding. Waiting, tapping forward. Player being seen and player being found. First frag of the matchup goes the way of HAVU. Spinx going to try to respond towards it though, and the back line's held so far passive and can't really do much here. Pinned in a corner, dealt with by Aerial. 5v3 for HAVU in the post plant.
What an excellent pistol just to be able to work.
Into round 2, so that's a bit of a bonus alongside the defuse kit if they have to go for retake. Seen many great force by rounds on Dust 2 so far today, Dwayne. So, don't count them out just yet. One pick back does get found by Snappi, but now going to hold himself back over towards Goose.
He's actually going to start pulling HAVU for a bit of misdirection, possibly up towards the short position now.
Third man watching from the mid, controlling the 2-1-2 split. M4 takes his face. xseveN deals with Spinx immediately. And now just to run out mid to B here. The AWP trying to adjust as Hades and Dia do get a couple of decent frags on sLowi and xseveN. Disturbed finally dealt with players way too close, however, in the AK. Doto still trades him, and it's all left to ZOREE. 10 seconds, the bomb's been dropped. He's got no chance on the round. He knows it. Got to save the AWP. It's a first for ENCE.
It's just so slow. It's so slow here on T-side. And it comes to a bit of a moment where even with that pick out
for the site, they're not going to waste any time with this hit here. HAVU just full sending up here. Slight gap on the right-hand side of that smoke. Can't be exploited by the M4. Let's get caught by Aerial instead with his spray. Back 3 players remaining here for the CT side. And HAVU establishing their dominance in this. But Doto is at least finding trades here. One player, sLowi close. Caught second kill, not quite.
Just an excellent change of pace. It's exactly what HAVU needed. They've kept it very slow. They've kept it very tight.
Passive angles at CT, at top mid, at spawn. ENCE have been good with these reads so far, and you can see Hades is set with the AWP above that smoke. Utility down. Player walking out of elbow. xseveN, how have you won that fight? Not quite that one, unfortunately. It does put attention back into the A play, but Hades is still holding with that AWP, with utility being thrown out. Secondary AWP also on the crossfire. Dia with one frag. sLowi trades him. Hades still close to sight, though. Point blank against the bomb carrier. Gets that frag in. Continues to round the corner. Deal with Disturbed, but ZOREE trades it back, and now has got a clutch on a 3K. 1v2. Moves up to the window. Looks back at CT spawn, but the M4's expecting him to go to this position, and they get the kill for it. So ENCE hold on to the second round. Brilliant stuff from him. So close and so pressured as well. Tactical did quite the wonder of work here for ENCE. Unfortunately, Hades cannot replicate from that last round. Killed off immediately by sLowi into the mid control. One CT's out there to try and deal with the man, but Aerial can double up alongside sLowi. 5 on 3. Famar still left in play. AWP trying to look for a frag out towards that mid position, but so far so little is gained here by ENCE.
It just seems that if they get early man advantages, pace is sort of their best friend. Even out towards this long position, Disturbed is waiting for the over-aggression. What a beautiful return for HAVU. And for ENCE, it just seems all they can win is individual rounds, isn't it?
Now why they play passive in these rounds, because HAVU are just trouncing them. And again, it is T-side line, so there is that element of where the half switch can come through. ENCE could potentially bring it back, but if they let a one-sided scoreline go, then they're going to have no breathing room to bring the comeback.
It's definitely better than the last performance on Dust 2.
Caught by the 5-7. Smokes will clear. His teammates still got to cross somehow. M4 Spinx here at Gandalf, and Snappi spams away with the 5-7, gets nothing for it. Hades does though on the backstab. Dealt with by Aerial to return. M4 Spinx finally strikes back, gets 2 kills, 35 seconds. Swing back for the triple, not quite as successful, but 2 versus 2 with the AWP boosted up. He catches xseveN next up, and it's all Aerial. 1 on 2 for his own right. Sees both players, focuses on the spray, but doesn't get his. That was pretty much the round winner right there and then. Try to boost the AWP up again here for Hades, or the M4 will just take face against xseveN, deal with him first and foremost. Other AWP to continue holding a bit of a tight angle, or they can just both fall back, which I guess kind of work for the ENCE playstyle. Again, they've been so hyper-passive in this matchup. And they're going to focus on this mid-defensive here. They cannot afford to fall away, especially as Dia goes down, back to a 4 versus 4.
A lot of damage done onto the nade, but now mid has just been completely lost. Flash comes in. Oh, great peek coming through for Snappi. And Spinx is aggressive in the upper tunnel, seeing nothing.
Utility inbound, ZOREE. Molotov in, AWP set for the collateral, not gonna happen. Hades with the incendiary back to the right-hand side instead, with a smoke down as well. Disturbed caught for damage, 42 points of health. HAVU struggling the first end of the site as Aerial does get his one trade back in. Disturbed wraps the corner, sees 2. Hades still deals with it. Aerial left alone, and Tech 9 of ZOREE taps up 2 players, and now looks for the bomb plot 1-on-1.
Oh, it all just comes down to the reposition. Does he look out towards that long position? Spinx coming in quickly.
Not seeing his man, not catching anything in this round. He's got to regress. He's got to grab one of those kits. Seen back in ZOREE. Gets his 3K. M4 back behind the boost box, but still seeing nothing.
He's not getting flashed off at all. Just being able to create that angle for himself. Looking to follow up. Can't quite do it.
Walk out towards the mid to B play. 2 players on the B site itself. You're coming in from short to try and flank in against the Galil out here. Disturbed does get that 1 frag. Dia can trade it. So, 3 on 3, making it 2 as Spinx deagle lands out towards Car. Going to keep ducked down as the Galil faces forward. ZOREE gets credited with the kill. 2v2, and now they've got to get some backup in, but Spinx still landing the headshots. Can't focus on sLowi, unfortunately dealt with, but damaged up, low HP, and Dia can get the wall bang to finish the job. That potential's translated pretty well over to ENCE's side. He is going to be the main man alongside Doto here trying to challenge into that long control. Hades nowhere to be seen. They've tagged up Disturb, but they've lost that opening pick, so they still think he's there at pit.
Dia's so done. He's got no support whatsoever. Going to try and at least hold his life for as long as he can. But
up here, looking to the right-hand side of that smoke. Flashbang keeps him blind. Can't isolate the kill for it, though. sLowi's going to wrap around, but they will force the CTs to fall back.
That's good flashes. Force the AWP off angle and even swing wider. sLowi catches him.
Straight through the smoke, Disturbed. Still low, dealt with by Snappi. Back to 3 versus 3. The retake is on. Past this smoke, ZOREE can't be seen right here. Spinx can get xseveN, though Snappi can follow suit. And it's all left to ZOREE to clutch it again. Another 3K involved for him. He's getting tagged up, though. And finally, headshot down for Spinx to double up in the round and secure the retake for ENCE to go 7-all.
It comes down to the Israeli to make the play together, and he's got to be the last Israeli in this entire competition. We saw the other one was ZOREE playing up on that Mouse NXT side. Oh, it may have been seen actually from that shoulder bait coming through from sLowi, so it all just comes to how they're going to force him wider.
And ZOREE with a pick on Doto, Snappi to respond. Aerial can respond to that. So 2 for 1 and a very quick sequence into the mid control. HAVU pressing on short as they trying to indicate a mid to B play. The smokes and Molotovs coming down will force the fall back out of position. Hades is also pretty close at the CT spawn. AWP shot in, flick back, not connecting. He's dead. 4 on 2 scenario as Hades has got to go in for this. Does see the mad great lock on towards sLowi. Now him and Spinx up for the retake.
ZOREE's even so aggressive up for the short position, looking to take the fight straight away out to CT, meaning that Spinx is the last one left. What a perfect mid-round call there from HAVU. It really did look like they were splitting in towards the B side, and it scrambled the CTs ever so much that it just meant the deal for 11-12 rounds, but not to be. They get the 8-7, looking to try and see if they can follow up on the pistol. Again, remember, their pistol win percentage so far this event is very, very low.
But they did win the pistol in the first half, and sLowi, with shots like that, could become clinical to do it again. xseveN. Nice to face out here towards the A side. The 2 players are going to drop down towards CT spawn. No one's going to be seen out there. Shots missed out against Spinx as he gets his kill back involved. Aerial will tap forward towards the pit control. Disturb comes in from CT alongside a teammate, but he still gets overwhelmed. sLowi goosed down, 26 points of health. Bomb plant will be secured. No one is watching that long presence, and the flashbangs continue coming in for the utility. ZOREE gets it back to the man advantage alongside Aerial's efforts, but Snappi and Dia respond, and ZOREE's left alone. 1v1. 2 kills to his name. His USP starts making his way in with no kit in play. Going to jump face, try to look for wherever Snappi is holding from. Seen him out towards ramp. Snappi repositions back behind the short boxes. Headshot angle only for ZOREE. Still gets the headshot, still gets the kill, and still should get the defuse for HAVU.
Yeah, should be able to get this forward, get that defuse in, and ZOREE yet to clutch again. So many situations in Dust 2 where he's been the last guy that they really need someone to make a big play.
He gets fast in of his own right. I've seen all that T-side contact here. Doto tagged up by sLowi, still looking for a shot on Dia, and actually Aerial can line up the kills because of the damage done by that scout. Snappi there with a responsive, but sLowi's still looking in for more. Tags continue to come forward for the CT scout, deals with Spinx and drops the bomb down at the CT entrance. Snappi has no idea that ZOREE is held towards Goose, and this force buy is going to work wonders for HAVU.
Jeez, what a great contact play. The way in which they hold so passive. The scout just getting tag after tag after tag, and as soon as that bomb...
Across ahead of it, though. Flashbang's involved. To be able to escape against that man. That burst 2 on sLowi. Sees what's going on. Dia trying to look for the kill against the man. He gets it. Doubles up on Disturb. Turns around with a triple back towards the players at CT. He's going to wait back in a 4 versus 3. Extend through that smoke. ZOREE looking above. They could catch some kills here. The CTs are going to go back and save. And indeed, ZOREE does fall. So, ENCE.
Economical damage. Out to follow up in terms of rounds and make sure that HAVU, if they're saving, that they've got a hunt squad going forward, flash out towards this long position, and look at the damage that gets contained. A couple of early kills. Dycha's even low.
Lockdown held together for HAVU as Dycha does get caught by... Low waiting here for ENCE, hoping that HAVU make a mistake out of this. Or slight gap in that smoke. Hades giving up the angle, so disturbed. Can't punish him, not with a kill. At least that can be finished off by Aerial. Doto gets 2 to return. Smoke back on a site, gonna try plant for it. That smoke actually missed, so you got a cross back big box, very risky. sLowi still set in with the M4 and very low HP. Smoke has at least hold off the cross for the moment, stop the CTs from pressing that too far forward. But they're gonna look for the angle on short, and ZOREE lands his kill. Lands the round for HAVU.
It's a decent bomb plant in a 2v5. You do a little bit further damage than maybe what you could have got away with. You'll be able to buy it up going into the next, with the loss bonus being very, very high. But
focusing into the B hit once again. Very successful with this hold. The M4 sLowi blind fires and lines up so much. Forces out a TK from Dycha. And disturbed holds the spray on Doto as well. Gonna hold off the rotations into the mid control, but it's still gonna try press the issue to B once again. Hades in the midst of the smoke, utility coming down towards the doorways, but they've got to deal with the players that are both on site. Hades gets caught, Dycha in a 1 versus 4. Good burst fire on Disturbed. He was already tagged up very low though. And ZOREE's AWP forced away with a Molotov, perhaps. Might buy a bit of breathing room for a bomb plant, but a 1v3 to hold off the site.
That's going to be difficult. ZOREE thinking about making some pop shots in there. Dycha's just got to position himself to isolate these pigs.
Now known, good shot on the first. Not quite the second though. xseveN there with a responsive, and we'll see where that bomb is implanted for. Cheeky little angle as well that the CTs might not be ready for, but ultimately does go the way of xseveN, so. 15 for HAVU, map point again. ENCE have a little bit of cash in reserve, so they can try the OT grind, but that smoke AK spray a little bit going far awry. xseveN might get forced out of position. The bomb plant's got to come in secured, though. An shot misses continuously. Finally, Dycha opens up in the round, but Aerial's there to respond.
Oh, he even gets away with a couple. There is a bit of a late lurk coming through from the mid position. That could come in towards CT.
Okay, back towards Spinx, dealt with by Disturbed. He's read it. 2 players left. Snappi does get 1 pick back. There's such low HP across the CT board, but still, they're falling apart. Taps forward. Doto with 2 kills. And now got a hold of against the last man who holds the clutch together. Smoke, that's got a big gap in it. xseveN's going to exploit that. Doto spotted. Now they realize what's going on. The Molotov won't burn that far. Snappi, Hades, Dycha down to 0 or low HP. Dycha next up to full. Disturbed finds 1. xseveN finds another. And that 1 miss smoke costs ENCE any chance here in Dust 2. No grind to OT. It's 16-12 for HAVU as they take map 1. Their map pick of Dust 2, and ENCE got to adjust for Nuke going into a second map that followed up. So I look forward to seeing whether or not this international squad can replicate similar results or go even further in this. It's HAVU on the CT start though, and Aerial drawing first blood. Doto to full. Aerial traded. Hades trying to work in a little bit further towards hell. Tags up ZOREE. Can't quite finish off the kill.
Dycha's been able to sneak down towards a lower bomb site with Snappi, trying to see if they can beat the rotation of ZOREE, who's already so low, and Spinx is the one to find the man advantage.
There's nice distraction towards outside. No one was expecting him to dive down towards that secret control. Disturbed has come up with a trade frag alongside sLowi to respond towards Spinx. 2 versus 2. xseveN seen by Snappi. Hades going to try converge in against them. They have info on both players, but they do not have the man advantage. They do not have the round either. Snappi.
ENCE don't really lose Nuke very often.
Oh, they force forward into this particular round and don't lose the opening jewels either. Again, tons of damage being done to the T-side line, and there can be a trade back for ZOREE's part. Enjoying his teammates, making a lot of noise about it. So 2 CTs on the rotations, but they're not aware that Spinx could be in orbs on a window, not even popped open at the right moment. He strikes on xseveN, but Hades is traded back by ZOREE. His AWP set to the B site, 3 on 3. Doto's got to come in with his backstab. He's going to be so silent about this. ZOREE's in trouble. ZOREE's a dead man, and now they can cross get the bomb down.
He did start turning around, looking back, and there is a play that's come through quickly in terms of the rotations for the CTs, but they've got to get a move on.
Ooh, open plant. Doto's got it covered. Disturbed. 1 versus 3 now for him. The coach standing in. Now got to stand up in this clutch, and it's not impossible. Doto and Spinx are low. Snappi's going to be that next main concern, however. And Disturbed is seeing nothing of the T side.
No one's giving up a fight, are they? So really for Disturbed, he's got to be thinking about saving onto this M4, trying to go back up the vent or even out towards Secret, taking the jewel onto Snappi, but losing it out. ENCE
out towards the red box. Awkward smoke still catches vision on ZOREE. The deagle as well as sLowi that they're not quite ready for either. ZOREE actually credited with the kill. I mean, through that smoke with the assistance. Aerial held into the corner. They have probably grabbed that AK. Aerial still being seen by Snappi. Forced out past the wall. Bangs, but still Aerial wins the fight. And outside, falling apart here for ENCE.
Jeez, that should never happen. As soon as you get caught on that little sort of cubby corner in garage, you're just going to get spammed up and instantly fall. Instead, ENCE have now got to try and recover a 3v5 up against the eco.
sLowi's still got an AK in. Spinx still thinks he might have vacated away from this position. His back's turned. sLowi swings back up, gets another good kill in this round. A 3 versus 2. And back down into the defense. They're going to run right into that AK once again. Hades gets caught for it. 2 kills for sLowi and doto. 1 versus 3. Tagged to 60 thanks to the Molotov. CT's up close here. xseveN just going to deal with him. Tapping forward with it. Doesn't see anything more.
There's just no util for the CTs to work with, and for Disturbed, he can't really get a lot of assistance in. HG goes down towards Squeakdoor. That does a fair bit of decent damage, but dycha just follows up, and this has to be a save. They can't go for it.
Yeah, especially with that kill on xseveN, 2v5. And damage is great, but it doesn't lead to kills, and therefore does not lead to the round. doto
On getting Dust2 and Nuke out, knowing the way it was last time. Just a little bit of
time goes on. xseveN's in for 2 players, and auto shotgun for ZOREE as well. Very shotgun based in this round. It's gonna get interesting. deagle's found his way forward. Aerial disturbed, stealing all the kills alongside ZOREE here. 3 picks untraded, and ENCE have been shocked out of this round, I feel. To wait for it, he's got disturbed as well on the other side. All a case of timing. Shotgun shot, connects on the damage. xseveN swings out, gets another kill. Doesn't quite make it a 3rd, and the AWP of Hades there for the trade, but gotta get somewhere towards that bottom. 30 seconds, does not see where xseveN fell out towards. Knows that he was there, but 25 seconds, surely he saves from here, right?
I don't know why he's not just chucking the AWP away. I'm just thinking.
Flashbang towards him, definitely forces him off angle. Another bomb can cross and get planted.
This has got to be an instant save. There's no way you're going to win this. You've got kits in play, you've got some util, but you're just locked so far out of the sight.
Yeah, there shouldn't be much left for this one. Should be a 7th for ENCE. And you're right, HAVU will get out of dodge. There's still left Spinx upstairs, however, out to the outer yard. He might catch sLowi if he extends all the way out towards red box. Timing so perfect for the kill. Another rifle to drop, another weapon taken away from the hands of HAVU. Well, the notion that they could get more individual rounds here on CT. Yes, that was a great steal with the shotgun round, but no follow-up still for HAVU. None at all.
I wonder how the difference of not having a boot camp at the moment is affecting some of these teams. Smokes in, no one's actually committing with it. It's going to pull the attention ever so slightly from ZOREE. That's going to open up ramp a little bit more. xseveN's the only player to hold.
Hades catches sLowi out of squeaky doors, so 4v4 now. Looking in with the Molotov towards closed vent and vent itself. Aerial watching from main, gonna get smoked off position. Will still try and force forward. Disturbed, caught in the back of the site. Good kill for Spinx. An AWP upstairs, caught off. Aerial now facing forward, sees 2 players on the lineup, but doesn't get the kills on either. Just damage done over 1 versus 4 for xseveN, as Hades makes it a triple and just makes it look so proficient here for ENCE. 9 right calls made at the right times. Now sLowi with the xseveN has dropped straight in against the T-side player. Heard that player dropping down, and Spinx read it. Kills in for him and dycha. Instant man advantage for ENCE once again. 5 on 3. What can you do if you're HAVU?
I don't know. Exclamation mark GG in the all chat. I don't know what the chances are, because again, we're just seeing these rifle rounds. At times, some of them could be more competitive than others, but this one right here is just so one-sided. doto just being able to catch up another. Disturbed does get at least some damage with the FAMAS, but it's not enough to even make the round close. Get to 3 if possible.
AUG out spray through for Aerial. sLowi losing Disturbed on Spinx's part. They're going to look up. He knows that he's there. He knows that he's somewhere out in position. Here towards the hut control. sLowi can't get a kill involved. The Hades responding to Aerial going back and forth. dycha runs out of ammo, but Snappi can deal with sLowi regardless. ZOREE 1v3 on the AWP. Shots missed on the first player and falls to it. A 1% or less chance of being able to bring a comeback, but it's never 0. It's never 0. Might be 0 for xseveN in this round. dycha gets that first kill. ZOREE trying to trade it alongside sLowi. So 2 for 1 for HAVU. They have control of the man advantage. Will that remain that way? Oh, not on Snappi's watch, but he misses his shots towards outside. 2 players face him. He gets tagged up. Spinx also goes down.
Yeah, Snappi just needs to try and hold, waste as much time as possible, get dycha to wrap in from the outside position in from Secret, but they need another pick.
dycha finally gets here, flashbang at the ready. Utility picked up from a dead teammate, and Snappi gets his headshot now to a 2 versus 2. One closed vent, one out the back of the site. dycha and Snappi have landed all the headshots. They pulled it off. Started so well for HAVU, but you just don't stand a chance. 14 for ENCE. We're done. This is over.
Oh my goodness, how was that retake as successful as it is?
See what maybe the deagles and SMGs can do here, but Snappi with his M4 set. Shotguns out for Spinx. 2 kills found, 1 trade back for xseveN. ZOREE can deal with Snappi as well, so it will be a 3 versus 3. But ENCE still got a weapon advantage, still got positions above the T sideline. They drop the likes of xseveN. That bomb is down in ramp. It can still commit.
Just perfect repositioning coming out from dycha, getting back over to safety. And you're right about the bomb, but they still, they're a little bit more hungry. Rather than just falling down and getting a post plant, they want more. And if they could trade out dycha in garage, that could be an opportunity.
But they can't. ZOREE now left to clutch it. 1 on 3. Up in heaven, so he's got a slight positional advantage above the man, so he can get a pick back.
Communication over earlier of where they were playing from. So even for ZOREE, he just goes down and puts that bomb in. There could be a chance that just Spinx instantly swings.
He won't instantly swing, but he will get up close. Shotgun, lands 2 taps, lands his kill. Lands the round for ENCE. Map points for them. And it looks like our third is indeed calling us Dragons. Well, I did say I thought that HAVU would get defeated on nuke and overpass, so I didn't think it would be this one-sided. I do understand, yes, it is ENCE's map pick, but...
To work with in the smoke outside.
Disturbed. And sneak up close, still Snappi adjusts against him, and deals with a second player as well. 5 on 3. Scout firing, Snappi gets a triple, Aerial gets 1 player to respond back. Doto gets involved, however, and xseveN dealt with by Snappi on a quadra. 16 to 2. Not even a challenge by HAVU, but they've got to challenge somehow. It's their last chance to stay alive. Another map that doesn't have a lot of basis to work with for the Finnish squad. And honestly, Dweg, I can't see them going very far with this. I did say that I think that map 2 and 3 earlier. ENCE set and ready to take this series and knock HAVU out in the round of 12. Pistols going live with the T-side start taken by the Finns. xseveN gets that first kill. Trade back on D as part as meanwhile, the main T-side force is so far forward into the A-side. The Molotovs also press rotations, and to be fair, it's a good bait play. He does leave a bomb plant on a retake.
This isn't going to be an easy setup at all for ENCE. The A-bomb side's been completely opened up. Hades making a little bit of noise on rotation. Spinx is still waiting behind the con smoke.
We're going to hold back until he has a moment to strike. The backstab, the 2-prone attack. 3 players coming in from Dumpster and Bank. The Bank player, Doto, take the 4 points of health. Backs are turned to the likes of Spinx. They're still doing damage as Hades finally ends up falling. Now Spinx looking to strike, gets 1 headshot in. Looks for the second couple of players as well, but sLowi peeks back up. Disturb deals with dycha, and Doto falls to the hands of Air. Smokes on, Molotovs down. Hades watching Spinx there to try and respond towards the man as he gets killed off. Then for A1S, very awkward on the spray. xseveN gets a kill involved. Rotates coming in very, very quickly here for ENCE. 1 player is already on the site, but what can he do from the back of truck? Snappi watching the headshot angles, could get wide swung out towards APC. Teammates got to get hit, sLowi gets caught. Good frag on the first, not quite the second aerial response towards it. dycha turns the SMG into a 3 versus 2. Bomb up close for him, but Disturb gets a trade. Doto left to clutch it. First frag found, so he's the second man back behind the default boxes. Swing back to the right as Disturb looks to just chip away at the tag damage. He's got a HP advantage above them both, but the man advantage goes well and true to the favor of HAVU. Swing out, good kill for Spinx. 7 caught. 1 player out towards tree. Seen by Spinx. He's not quite ready to catch him though, so trade back to a 4 versus 4. The M4 Snappi can respond towards that, so man advantage maintained by ENCE.
Oh, Hades saw the player up towards the bathroom, so it's exactly where he is. Easy shot. Snappi just needs to be able to try and stay alive, just waste as much time. ZOREE gets the trade back, but him and Disturbed are going to work.
Siphon off that heaven control, but again, it all waits on dycha just to catch him off at the right moment. 6 seconds, though. They're running the clock extremely low, and now it's over. Even ZOREE falls to the hands of the FAMAS. ENCE.
Or even do some follow-up spam damage onto Doto. There is a boost up in towards connector. xseveN is in preemptive position out towards the right-hand side. He isn't. Spinx gets away with one, needs to try and stay alive. Doesn't quite happen.
SMG held back. Snappi waiting for Aerial, and Aerial just swings him straight ahead. This could start getting a bit risky, but ultimately I think you have to take risks here. Doto around the corner. sLowi, great shot. Aerial there with a responsive trade. Now it's all on dycha. Back at Dumpster, thinking of the rotations. He's going to come up from bank, I think. Just thinking about it. Going to go pretty far forward. On the back of Aerial. Disturb gets caught. Great shot, great kill. 17 seconds left. Bomb plant heard. Now dycha knows where it is, but sorry, he's covering it off with the AWP. Damage was done by the A. Still trying to boost up here, xseveN. And they can leal up. They see that one player, but they're going to rest together alongside them. Doto with 2 frags. dycha does fall in turn. That's a 2-for-1 trade that favors ENCE, though.
Jeez, they read that easily, didn't they? No sound cue, no nothing. Just a single jump spot for Snappi, and they know exactly what's going on. Molly goes down. They're so ready for the boost up. And for HAVU, they just need a bit of a pick back. At least sLowi finds one.
Great shot on Doto's head, a very tight angle to hit, and now they're going to focus on their grill player in Snappi, who's so far out in the open, so focused on that short control, not watching Monster at all. So HAVU have brought this back from the brink, a 3-on-2 situation. Now AWP up close here for Hades, back up towards the water control. Here's that bomb plant coming in. Can't really swing to deny it, though. He'll try and do so, and indeed he gets that kill. Now back to a 2 versus 2 with deagle closing in from short, but the T-side players will actually fall. Spinx turns it into a 1-on-1 now. sLowi planted behind some harder cover, gets back here, but Hades recovers. What a hold from those two. That should not have gone their way.
No, not at all. That looked to be a very, very well-played round for HAVU. The way in which they lose that first player up onto the boost.
Does see the man. Damage was done by dycha. Knows that there's players out towards that short control. ZOREE's going to be ready for Doto, but Doto still lands the frag. Looks towards Monster. Swings back to the bomb carrier. Deals with him. 5 versus 3. 1 trade back from xseveN short. Him and Disturb trying to work in towards that short pipe angle. They do grab that bomb temporarily, but Doto is repositioned further aggressive than they initially anticipated. And, well, sLowi, not much he can do here.
I don't know how you feel about that one, but for me, this just seems a little bit gimmicky and punky at times for ENCE, and it's not that it's going to develop by 12-3. I reckon HAVU at least get 1.
I mean, I don't know. ZOREE picking up Hades, at least looking like a positive entity for this particular round. This could be that one indeed. dycha tagged up pretty heavy, but xseveN burns the Doto's Molotov. Disturbed, wrapping the corner. 2 players to find here at the cubby, and gets them both. Wraps in from the short control, however, for the part of Snappi. Waiting for that bomb plant to be conceded. We'll go for a safe plant behind the pillar, so that way you can't deny it at the default position. How do he and Spinx play out this retake? Well, Spinx might not be playing it at all. Aerial seen them rotating back. Snappi still sticks around here at short.
Probably holding on to the weapons is the best bet, or at least continue to try and follow up damage. Only gets away with 1. Spinx just trying to spam through the heaven smoke. Gotta be careful, mate. Don't just run through that because it's not going to happen at all. Just hold on to the M4, bring it into the next round. And I tell you, Jay, Mind Reader. I knew they'd get another one.
Caster's blessing? Is that what you call it? I mean, when you say Caster's curse, when you say something, it doesn't happen.
It's the opposite.
It happens. Yeah. Caster's blessing. Do I get approved? Considering how good they've been so far in this half, you would have thought they would have done, but no.
Hello.
Deagle out for Doto. Caught off on sLowi's part on the ladder. Thinking to go upstairs, but had he held his position, he might have been able to get that opening kill. Instead, dycha falls first in the monster smoke.
And just a tip at home, never try and take any kind of shots if you're standing on a ladder, because it will just not go where you're aiming. So, bit of a situation there where it could have been better if it was underneath, but timing and everything, 5-on-3 advantage. Doto could sneak up and potentially drop the bomb, but no, not going to happen.
And then from a caster's blessing to a caster's curse. Immediately, as soon as you start talking about him dropping the bomb, not going to happen at all. And the kill coming in. The Snappi leaves it all to Hades, 1 versus 5. Lone player standing for the CT side. It would be a miracle of a clutch if he made it happen. And for that reason, I feel like this one is going to be done and dusted for the half 6 to the board of HAVU. ENCE still hold the lead, but honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot more confident here, Dwight.
I've been well impressed with them.
All those flashbangs at the right timings here for the T-side line, and in the end, yeah. HAVU did start to bring...
Now the footsteps are going to be heard.
Smokes down at the short suppression player being seen by Spinx. He can't quite get the kill. Out of heaven. Will also be smoked off. sLowi opens up the half here, gets the kill in. Aerial going to try and follow suit and does get one frag with his own right, but xseveN behind him in the smoke will tap through into Doto's rough positioning, dropping the bomb and dropping us to a 3 versus 2. Disturbed takes fight, as so does ZOREE. Out to the short pipe. Snappi will fall, and so will Hades. And HAVU jump facing to look out towards that monster position. Smoke down. doto, deagle finds that first pick. The round's basically run right here, or is it? Disturbed. SMG picks up a frag back to a 4 versus 3. Eagles trying to fight back out of here towards the backline position, and Aerial deals another good frag. Spinx can chime in, knows exactly where sLowi is. Tech9 wraps the corner, and it looks like for the first time, maybe we might actually not get the first pick to lead to the round win. Spinx hearing both sides of footsteps, though. He's going to try his hand at it, but doesn't get past this sturge. A manager, somehow, he's coming up good here for HAVU. Had to drop that meme in somewhere at some point. Dia finds the frag on sLowi, and ZOREE gets his kill involved. SMG does get dealt with by Spinx in the end. The manic sprays of the AK. Not good here for ENCE.
What am I supposed to do, man? He's a coach. Yeah, no, it just keeps going on. But so does this round. ENCE, as soon as they get the rifles forward, look at really what's been able to change. Disturbed being able to try and clutch once again. And even for ENCE, they didn't get a bomb plant in that last round, but they did sort of take 4 players with them. They think, okay, let's force again. And for HAVU, Disturbed's just got to save. There's nothing that he can do.
Yeah, however, that they have done so much damage in the previous no, Disturbed. Caught off by doto, there he falls. And that leaves nothing to hold.
Made out the first shot.
Molotov's in, however, across the entire site. They drive sLowi away, and ZOREE does get his kill back in and double up. Okay. Here's the ZOREE you wanted to see. Dia getting tagged up to 36 as well with counter incendiaries back at the CT forces. Allows an easy kill for Aerial to come back. 2 left standing. AK round the corner for Snappi. Hoping he can see something of the CT side, but so far so little has been gained. Spoke to buy some cover, and he does get caught by Aerial in the end. 1 versus 5 for Hades. Gotta go 1 better than ZOREE himself. He knows he's not got anything in this round. Throw the AWP away. Concede 9 to HAVU.
It's an aggressive Disturbed on the other side of it.
Making some damage to return back at the T-side line, as sLowi gets Spinx on the boost up, I think. Looking into that connector control and a 5-on-3 gained. HAVU. Everything to play for, and here comes the hit. Dia out of the gate, sees Disturbed, finally ends up the top fragger. sLowi can still turn around with 2 picks back to his name though, and Snappi left alone with the bomb on his back in a 1v4 clutch scenario. How does he isolate this? How does he play this one?
Well, 1v4, and just hope that the frags just keep coming to him, hope that the fights just keep getting swung out, but really for HAVU, they don't need to keep committing, they're going to swing out wide, sLowi's going to find, but even for HAVU, they've got so much money in the reserve to work with.
Aggressive, they're going to get. doto does find the first kill on sLowi at least, but Disturbed trades it. Again, getting involved to add up to his kill tally. 23 deep, 24 deep. You just can't stop him. Flashes over at the monster position, the incendiary back to try to buy a bit of cover. Sees that 1 man as well as a 2-for-1 that favors HAVU's advantage.
He's without a doubt having one of the biggest maps I've seen from him since standing in with this team, up against a top 30 team in the world. ENCE maybe looking for a little bit too much there. That gets it back to a 3-on-3.
xseveN still fighting, lines up 2 and makes it a triple. Seconds, doto is walking. And now they can back off. They'll just leave Snappi to hold down the A-site. Rotations being called in now. There's a player up in heaven already, though. doto been seen, but he adjusts and gets it back to evens, but not for long. Disturbed tries back in, sprays through the box. Only 1 man left at the T-side of the site itself, and sLowi presses the issue. Sees Spinx at last, gets it to a 3-on-2, but a backstab from Snappi. The AWP Hades caught back at the M4, burst fire in. ZOREE deals with Snappi, and now Hades with it all to do, and he gets pulled to the underworld for a 15th for HAVU, and match point for the Finnish squad.
The CT side, they're going to have another flash out to Monster.
Nice fire. xseveN looking onwards here. Disturbed backed up. Spinx gets the kill. Responds by Disturbed again. 2k up for the man. And Dia gets his tray. Looks back to the back lines. Deals with sLowi next up. The M4 of Aerial forcing forward. And ZOREE now with it all to do. Bomb plant will be secured. considering the save call, but a 1v3 clutch. Does he have it in him to go for me? That second kill, not easy to hit. 60 seconds left to the clock.
Oh, the timing is so perfect there for ZOREE. He catches off one, and now Aerial's hearing the footsteps.
Gets Dia next up. 2 frags. Hades trades it back. 4 versus 3. HAVU having control back the Molotovs involved. The M4 swing sees the AWP. Drops in the same. 2 left, but Snappi responds in kind. Snappi starts to walk up. 15 seconds left to the clock. The AWP and Disturbed on the crossfire. Looking back for them. Bomb plant. Can't be denied right here. Swing on the man. Doto gets the kill, but they force them off. Snappi in the open. That's done. ZOREE secured it. 16-13. He might not have been their man, but he was in that moment, and that's enough for HAVU.